Hey there, y'all. I'm Bobby. This is Steffi Steph. We are Between Two Teeth. We're going to dig right in, and we know enough about improv to be totally dangerous. Do you agree with that?
Absolutely lethal.
And so we're early on in the improv adventure. We're at level 2. Kind of skipped level 1. Did we need level 1? I think I did need level 1.
It's like saying, I'm going to skip first grade because I'm already second grader status.
Yeah, and, I'm going to struggle, but it's taken me out of my comfort zone. A lot of what improv is being agreeable with whatever suggestions put out there.
Are you agreeable?
I'm actually not. And I don't listen well. I don't like to listen. I don't do it well. So improv, and you got to be in the moment and present. So it's a bunch of things that are terribly difficult for me. So a lot of this is just things that I need, so I'm looking forward to that adventure, and it's going to be helpful.
Sorry to cut you off.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Are you really, though?
Well, if you know you have to cut you off.
You're
much
not
like
wrong.
you have to cut me off.
Let
if
me
you're
listen.
Trying
This
to,
is my time.
Yeah, this is your time to listen.
Okay.
So go do that. Part of the reason I wanted to do improv is I wanted to explore controlling my emotions. And part of that has been, the law of unanticipated consequences.
Ooh.
Is that I've actually had a ton of fun. And the people that we've met.
You're a great actress.
The people that we've met, I usually am around athletes. And these people are.
Now, go easy in case they watch. Maybe they're subscribers.
These people have.
They're wonderful. And?
This is in the improv world. This is called negating your partner. What Bob is doing right now.
See, there's value there.
He's not letting me finish thoughts, which is distracting and debilitating. So our group, instead of being hyper focused on athletics, they're actually hyper focused on other things in life, and it creates a beautiful opportunity to try out new ideas and get crazy cool perspectives on life in general. And so I've had so much fun doing this. I would recommend taking an improv class. Whether you're going to stick with it or not is besides the point. It is just a whole lot of fun, and you get to work on projecting your voice and thinking on the spot, which is a lot more fun than it sounds.
It's great for communication. It totally is. And if you want to get out of your comfort zone, there's not many things that take me out of my comfort zone. That is one of them.
And I think that's part of the magic with improv is you're getting out of your comfort zone if you're not used to, say the first thing we did was object work. And so real quickly, you realize how, misconstrued concepts can be, or if you're trying to communicate with someone, if you're using your hands to describe an object, they might think you're making a pancake when you're making a Frisbee. And it really just highlights, thank you for pausing there, Bob. It really just highlights some of the nuances and challenges and opportunities with human interaction.
And I think part of it is trying to figure out, especially how to play off a partner, how to set them up for success, to take their cues.
How do you take cues well?
Yeah, I take it really well.
I was a little accusatory in my...
Was that one of those negating things that you were talking about? We're going to see if we're going to...
Not exactly.
Are we going to survive this improv class?
So
we have like 7 or 8 sessions.
I think we're going to definitely survive it. I think we are in store for a whole heck of a lot more fun as we go. And like I just said, the group is amazing, and I have learned something about myself and other people just by taking this course, just in the last 2 classes.
Well, let's do this. I think you had some exercise planned for us. We're going to use a random word generator. We have no idea how this is going to play out.
And a couple of things. I'm not going to take full credit for this exercise. I'm going to give half the credit to Bob and half the credit to me, as this kind of became our brainchild here, kind of meshing some... meshing some of the things and games we've played in our improv classes. And this is just us taking some creative liberties.
All right, take us through something. Ready.
So what we're going to do is pull up a random word generator. I'm going to have it generate one word at a time here, but these words are going to kind of define what character Bob's going to play, what character I'm going to play, and then what's going on, either our activity or our location. And because everything is random, it's going to create the need or give us an opportunity to kind of put these pieces together and hopefully survive a very funny skit. So first one up is insect. That's going to be Bob. You're going to play an insect. We are going to be in a community of some sort. And I am going to play something with a camera involved. So again, insect in some kind of community, and I am going to have something surrounding a camera. All right, 3, 2, 1, scene start.
Boy, I sure am glad us bees are sitting in the hive here just kind of waiting for action. Do you want to get a picture of this?
Gee, I'm glad we didn't preload the scene. That would have been terrible. I can't imagine what would have happened if we knew everything right off the first sentence.
Okay, I was...
In part of this, so we're going to pause this scene.
Okay.
And we're going to break it down for you.
Okay.
I love how Bob started, and I'm going to be an instructor here, even though I've only taken 2 classes of improv. If you know me, that's exactly how I do things. And so when Bobby had his what we call it is preloading. So
I did come out of the gate pretty hot.
So what Bobby did is he knew he was going to be an insect, right, or something surrounding insects, and so he talked about who, what, and where, which is kind of everything in the scene. And so who, what, and where is what the 2 people in the scene or the 3 people in the scene, they're supposed to create that together. What Bobby often does is when he comes on a set, he defines it real quick in the first sentence.
I came in too hot.
So we're going to replay this scene.
I'm going to do better.
We're going to replay this scene.
Are we going to use the same words?
We're going to use the same, absolutely the same words.
Insect?
We are in a community of some sort. We have not defined what kind of community that is. And then I am going to have something surrounding a camera.
Okay. I'm ready. I'm going to do better this time. I got it.
All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, scene start. Swat, swat, swat. I wish this bug would get out of my ear. I'm trying to take all these pictures of this wonderful retirement community. Swat. Oh my gosh, I think this bug can talk.
Hi. What are you taking a picture of? Why is your camera so big? Is that a new iPhone?
Is this are you a bee named Mickey by chance?
No. I'm a fly.
Oh, you're a fly.
I just look like a bee.
I'm taking pictures of all of these people in this retirement community. They look so happy. Have you thought about kind of flying over to them?
I do, but see that old man with that big long slapper in his hand? It's that long stick with a thing on it. He keeps whacking away at me with it. It's a fly slapper, I think.
Is it a swatter?
A swatter. Yeah, I think so. He got my brother the other day. It made me real sad.
Oh, that's too bad. Well, that brings up kind of the circle of life. And whenever we start to think about the circle of a life, just like this retirement community, all things must die. And we need to face our fatality and our...
What's fatality? I've just got a little fly brain. I don't know big words. You're so smart. You're one of those humans with a really big... Your camera's gotten bigger. Why did your camera get so big?
Well, I'm going to use it's a growing camera.
It's a growing camera.
Much like the circle of life.
That's right.
Life grows and then it dies.
It does. That was funny. I liked that.
That was awesome. The people that are listening to this might think that we are... the most challenged people
which
in the head.
Which we are,
absolutely. But it's so much fun, and it brings, I don't know about you, Bobby, but it brings me back to just kind of making up scenes as a kiddo. And I did actually, my group of friends would do that, and I can remember us as like 4th or 5th graders, just that's what we did. and it was a lot of fun.
I hate to say that I had imaginary friends a lot.
Who doesn't?
And just remember, it is a podcast when you go ahead and put your coffee down. There we go. I'm an audio guy. The bane of my existence. I just can't stop that.
It will be the death
I
of him.
didn't play enough with other people when I was a kid. I had an older brother that he's not in the subscriber, so I can say anything I want. But he didn't like to play with me. So I had imaginary friends. So this is instructive for me. This is really cool. Let's try another one.
Yeah, let's try another one.
Fun. So three random words.
3 random words.
How do we know you're actually picking these with the random generator?
I don't know. It's just
Like
kind of a button. So the first thing is you are going to place something around a refrigerator.
Refrigerator. Okay. This helps my short-term memory.
I'm gonna have something to do with advice.
Okay.
And we are going to be in a scene that has some sort of failure.
Okay.
So again, Bob's character or activity is going to center around a refrigerator. And I am going to be centered around advice.
Advice and failure.
And there's some failure going on in our scene.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, scene start.
Hey, do you want something to drink?
Yeah, sure. That's great. What do you have?
Well, let me take a look here.
Oh, wow.
See, it's a podcast. You can't tell, but
You just opened the refrigerator.
Yeah.
This is a really cool fridge. I didn't know you could paint it Barbie pink.
Well, I watched that movie, and I just got so excited.
I'm sorry to cut you off. Can I give you some advice?
If you must.
Why don't you color it aquamarine?
No, because I was trying to tell you. So I go to this movie, I go to Barbie, I see it, it's awesome. I change my entire wardrobe. I painted inside of the refrigerator.
Was it because you failed to paint the right color on the outside of the refrigerator?
Well, no, you can obviously see the outside's the same color as the inside. So
now, listen, if
who doesn't like Barbie?
If I'm here to fix your refrigerator because it's failing, I'm going to give you some advice.
Oh. And what's the advice? I'm all ears.
So
I love to listen.
Oh yeah.
Gosh,
so as a technician in refrigeration.
You're the refrigerator technician? I thought you lived here. You're my roommate. You're the refrigerator technician as well.
So we're gonna pause scene here. We're gonna pause scene. Okay. So what Bob's done is negated.
I'm negating.
Bob is negated.
I can't stop.
So one of the cool, and this is a great instructional point.
That's why I'm doing it.
So one of
obviously.
Right. So Bob's practicing right now because he's had some issues. So Bobby. So one of the cool things about improv is you don't want to negate your second person or whoever your partner is on stage.
I did terrible with the yes and. Now listen, I've only had 2.
Yeah. And so if we were going to rework that dialogue real quick, and what I was trying to do by saying I'm here to fix your refrigerator, I was trying to establish who we were to each other. And when Bob goes, "No, you're not. You're my roommate," or Bobby goes, "No, you're not. You're my roommate." Now the audience is confused. Who do they believe? And so it dismantles the scene because then I have to either accept what his new reality is, or I have to counter him again, and the scene doesn't keep moving along.
I hear what you say. Let's go third time. I'm going to get this slowly.
Oh, you got it.
Let's go ahead and do...
Do you want a different word set?
Let's do a different word set.
Yeah, I got you.
So yes, and I'm going to be thinking that the whole time, which one of the things I love about improv is that, and we listen to a great podcast with Alan Alda and Tina Fey about this, it really helps you it sets you up to really not be against a whole lot of things. That's the benefit.
There is solo public speaking and lecturing, and then there is the team sport of improv.
Okay. Steffi Steph, let's go ahead.
Here we go. Random.
The third time.
Right. Random.
Rando.
Thank you. I got you, man. You just sit down and you get
I
ready.
am.
So here we go. We're going to have, you're going to be something around an engine.
Something around an engine.
Right. So engine is your word. So you're going to have, your character has something. You can either be an engine, you can be someone who works on an engine. You just have to have it connect to engine.
Okay.
We're going to be in a scene that has to do with temperature.
Okay. Engine, temperature, those go together.
And I'm going to be something with a university. So again, engine, temperature, a scene with temperature in it, and university.
Do you want to start us?
That's not part of the act.
Oh, that's not part of the act either.
3, 2, 1, scene start. Man, it is hot here in Southern California.
Oh.
I love being on this USC campus, though. Man, I just wish I had a car that would work.
Well, what seems to be the problem?
Well, as my friend, are you qualified to kind of ask me that?
Well, I'm a bit of an engine technician from back in the day.
Oh, that's cool. Did your dad work on cars?
He did. He worked on cars his whole life, and he taught me a whole lot of things. Let's go ahead, pop the hood. Let's take a look and see. And now I see a bunch of steam coming out of there.
Yeah,
Ooh,
it's
it
pretty
does feel
steamy.
hot.
Yeah, I don't want to pop the hood because I'm worried it's going to hurt my fingers because it's so hot on the hood. What do you suggest?
Well, boy, I got a pair of gloves in my pocket. I'm going to put on these gloves.
You know, we've been friends quite a long time. I really appreciate you helping me out.
You know what? That's what I do.
Man.
I like to help others. I want to get this car going for you.
I knew this senior year at USC was going to be the best with you at my side, man.
Oh, man. Hey, it's good to surround yourself with good people.
Yeah. Do you know what's wrong with the engine, though?
Not really. I never paid attention to my dad.
Damn.
But let's
maybe we should just go to a party then.
Let's take a look. Oh, you know what? The battery's disconnected right here, which is weird that it's overheating with no power, but that appeared. Let me go ahead and I'm doing this.
Sure? Okay, yeah.
I've got gloves on, so, I'm not
I didn't even see the gloves.
Well, they're invisible.
Are those
gloves.
Michael Jackson gloves?
Those are Michael Jackson gloves.
It's so hot, bro. Why do you got those here?
Sometimes you just got to be ready for it. I never know. That's why I've got the Michael Jackson shoes, too.
I read somewhere that during hot temperatures, times during the summer at USC, there's a guy that walks around campus with Michael Jackson gloves.
That's me.
Strangles all of the cheerleaders.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. You got me.
And end scene.
Yeah, man, we went dark there. I forgot what the third word was. I knew it was engine and hot. Oh, university.
University, USC.
Okay.
Southern California.
So that was instructive for me because
you did really great on rolling with all of those punches.
Third time's a charm.
And what it does is what we're learning in improv is
which we've had 2 classes.
The goal of the scene is not to make it funny. It'll either be funny or it won't. Don't try to make it funny. What you can do is play off of each other. Think of it as we're just trying to volley the ball back and forth over the net.
And so part of why, Steffi Steph, that I wanted to do this early in the process, because once again, we didn't do the level 1. Hopefully none of our classes seeing this whilst we're still early in the class. But we're a couple classes in, and I'm trying to figure out how is this going to help us? How's this going to help our viewers if they look at it and say, what can I pull away from improv?
And one of the things that I form as an analogy to improv is swimming. In swimming, it's a full body workout. You got to use your head, you got to use your arms, and you got to use your legs. And there's technique to all of it. And when I say head, you got to think through it, but your breathing is really what I meant to say. And so with improv, it's the same thing. So in swimming, when I was hurt in high school, they had me on the swim team. So I would have to learn to pull, which means that
Did you shave your legs?
Which means that you have to hold a device in between your legs, and then you literally just move your arms.
Oh, yeah.
So you're just working on your arms. And then there's also things where you hold a paddle and you just kick, and that's just working on your legs. And then there are drills that you hold your breath the entire length, and you're working on your breath. So in the same way with improv, when we are in classes, they will have us do object work where we can't talk. And that's instructive.
Really instructive.
And so here, though, because we can't really use our hands and basically do object work, you're having to rely on what you see in our facial expressions.
It doesn't work on podcasts so well.
Yeah, other than you can see the interplay and you can see two people either being two peas in a pod or introducing conflict and either resolving that conflict or creating a very funny scene. Personally, so what we just did with the engine was peas in a pod until I introduced the conflict of, hey, these Michael Jackson gloves and he's going around strangling students, which makes it a little funny. So conflict can be funny, but you don't have to negate your partner to be funny.
And one of the things that I really enjoy, one of the things that was helpful for me to know is that when you're doing improv, there's a lot of times where it's just not going to be funny.
And that's perfectly okay.
And to fail, like it's gonna not only not be funny, it's just gonna be terrible.
Yes.
And hearing people like Tina Fey or Jason Sudeikis, comedians that I love, that started off in improv. So let's do one more. I'm gonna keep working on this. Yes.
I think you're getting this. I think your next thing, other than establishing who, what, where,
I'm gonna get better.
You're going to get better. I think you got this.
Who, what, where. All right.
Okay.
Steffi Steph, let's give it a go.
All right, here we go. We are going to be at an election.
Election.
You're going to have something to do with truth.
Okay.
And I'm going to have something to do with bonus. This is going to be random, I think. So, again, Bobby and I are at an election. And Bobby's character or activity is going to have something to do with truth, and my character or activity is going to have something to do with bonus.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, scene start.
Who do you think's going to win?
Dang. I thought you would want to root for Dad because he's in this election and he's worked so hard, and we've literally been on the campaign trail. I told you were a bonus child.
Yes. I always kind of felt that way. To tell you the truth, he often told me that I was like just the extra.
We use bonus in this family.
I guess I hope he wins the election, but I thought his campaign was a little off, him kind of having the platform that he did for his election. I thought it was weird. Did you? What did you think of his platform?
No one's going to run on the truth.
Well, I agree with that, but like you came up with his platform for the election.
Sophistication and style?
Some would say that sells well. He did look sophisticated. I thought it was a little strange that he wore a bow tie all the time.
That was the bonus content. We talked about this.
He had a hat and a cane.
Dad loves the bonus content.
I know, that was a little dapper. I thought he was just a little too dapper. But what about the other thing that you had in his election platform?
Oh, man. You mean...
About the thing about the kids.
Oh.
That was weird. I thought that was strange.
So I hate to break it to you, but Dad had more than one bonus child. You know this. We've met our moms. He had a lot of bonus children.
We have more than one mom?
We talked about what bonus children are.
Are you serious? That's why for Mother's Day we had all those people come over.
I know you like the truth, so I just wanted to kind of to set the stage for you.
I can't handle the truth. And see. That was funny. I'm slowly getting better.
I think you're getting this.
That was fun.
I'm excited that you are embracing yes and
oh, thank you.
I can't wait till you get comfortable with that and start to really introduce your wit into scenes, because that's where you shine.
Oh.
And I think once you get comfortable with the who, what, where, your brain can't handle both. And I can see it because I know you. And you're sitting there trying to make it perfect. And you're trying to get every little thing in there.
So back to why I want to talk about this is because it's so helpful for me. I know you and I share the characteristic that we really like to work on ourselves and we want to improve. I oftentimes don't enjoy the journey because I want to solve the problem quickly, check it off the list, and move on to the next issue. And improv is forcing me to take a beat.
It's forcing you to be silly and
I don't like to be silly.
And agree with things that are just silly. Make no
Let's
sense.
Let's do another one. Should we do a bonus one? We're going to do a bonus one.
All right, you're going to like this one.
Okay.
You're going to be something to do with a king.
I'm liking this already.
I'm going to have something to do with transportation. And the scene is going to have something to do with marriage.
Oh, this is good. King, transportation, and marriage.
Yes. So Bobby's going to have something to do with the king. I'm going to have something to do with transportation. And our third word, marriage, is going to be the scene. 3, 2, 1, scene start. Clunk, 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 clunk. Sire, are you ready to get in the carriage? You might miss the wedding.
Someone bring me my slippers.
Sire, you want me just to leave the horse-drawn carriage here and go get your slippers?
If you'd be okay with that,
Can you hold the reins?
Well...
Sir, these horses are very temperamental.
I'm king of all the land.
Sire, you are king of these horses. Are you going to watch after them?
You know what? There's a lime bike over there. Let's let him go. Let the horses go.
Oh, if you insist. Clap, clap away. Okay, so you want to go ride the lime bike?
Yes.
Oh, that's Sire. In your infinite wisdom, how I have never seen technology like this.
It's the 1530s, yes, but do you have the Lime app?
Do you need slippers to get the Lime bike?
Well, I don't want to get mud on my feet. I'm a little bit of a
Sire,
dandy king.
I'm just a humble, stable person. And
You're a stable boy. You're a stable boy.
And my horses, my livelihood, just had me release.
I did just send them off yonder.
But in an effort to get the wedding, I don't know about the Lime bike, but get in this carriage, I'll push you.
Oh, that's lovely. Thank you. Okay, let me trollop on over here. Oh, these... I wish I had my slippers.
Sir, you've gained weight.
Well,
I don't know if I'll be able to push you the whole way, but you know what?
It's all the pheasant and the beer. You try eating pheasant and beer all the time.
You know, I understand
weight. Yes.
you wanted to gain weight because your bride is also...
Well, she's not a small woman.
And you wanted to match. I get it. So we're going to go to the wedding.
Oh,
here we go. I'm going to push you.
I thought you meant an actual match, like
I'm going to push
like a cigar match or something.
I'm going to be
like
pushing.
That. Okay, I'm in.
Okay, we're pushing here. We just arrived to the wedding. Here you go.
Well, that didn't take long at all, by George.
You know, I'm faster than I appear here.
Oh, you know, you're a strong, stable boy. I will give you that.
Sire, unfortunately, I have some terrible news for you.
Oh.
Your bride has run away. And she ran away in your slippers.
One, I've seen her run.
And insane.
That's funny. That's funny. Well, so our push for you guys is consider improv, but maybe more than that, consider making life. Do something silly. Do something that's fun. Do something that's different. I said this before. I'm not really scared of many things. I was scared going into that first improv class.
I guess.
And you weren't. You were excited.
I was excited.
Bring it on.
I just think, like, I don't know, like growing up where I grew up, theater wasn't something that was cultured and nurtured.
It was kind of frowned upon.
It was a little bit, and it's you know,
not me.
Yeah, it's not. I'm not saying it's right or wrong or whatever, but it was sports were a little bit more celebrated.
Yeah.
And so as a kid, I just wanted to do what fit in and what people like. So I did a lot of sports, and man, this has been so much fun because I get to hang out with the theater kids right now, and it's so freaking awesome.
It's cool, and what I like about it, I have been served well in my life when I surround myself with people that are different than I am. It's comfortable being around people that are the same as you, but it's really hard to grow when that happens.
And one of the things that when we talk about growing outside your comfort zone in these scenes, when we would see our classmates and ourselves included develop a scene and go through it, the instructor always brought us back to, yes, but who are you to each other? Because that's the most interesting thing on the scene.
The emotional connection. Don't make it about the wedding.
Right. So as a horse-drawn carriage person, what could have been, I could have been like, oh, I'm your, illegitimate love child, or dad, I'm so happy you're here. Things like that, where you quickly establish who you are to each other in that scene. And it just makes it makes it relatable, because somebody who's watching that is going to be like, oh my goodness, like I get the emotional play in between. And part of the reason you might be nervous, I think, is improv is about the emotions that go between people.
I don't like emotions. We've talked about that before. And in hearing you talk, the other thing is you don't have control. So if you have control issues and you're in a scene with 2 or 3 people and you have to be agreeable, you're doing the yes and, whatever just happened immediately before, you got to go with that. So everything's out of your control. You've got to be incredibly present. Well, we appreciate you guys coming along on this adventure.
This has been a really fun one to make.
It's been really fun, and it was instructive for me, frankly, to fail those first couple times and then be able to hit the reset button.
That's what it is. That's improv.
Pretty cool.
Just keep rolling with it.
You know what? But that's also the way life goes. I know we talk about that a lot, and if you fail, one, you should know you probably are going to fail an awful lot.
And for you, I know one of your favorite quotes is just kind of go with the flow of the universe. This is an opportunity to put that quote into practice.
Yes. And we're glad you joined us. Hit subscribe. Out. Bye. Excellent. 32 minutes.